Something happened last night. Something you weren't supposed to see. But you saw it anyway. In that space between sleeping and waking. When the world goes quiet and your heart becomes loud. You felt it. A shift. A pull. A whisper that didn't come from your own mind. And now you're here. Reading these words. Because somewhere deep inside. You already know. This isn't a coincidence. This isn't random. This is the moment. The one you've been sensing for weeks now. Months, perhaps. That feeling you couldn't explain. That restlessness that wouldn't leave. That strange ache that appeared from nowhere. It has a name. It has a source. And it's getting closer. Much closer than you think. But that's not all. Something else happened. 3 nights ago. You were thinking about them. Not consciously. Not deliberately. But they were there. In the corner of your mind. In the quiet space between thoughts. And then something changed. The air felt different. The room felt smaller. And for just 1 second. You felt someone else's fear. Not your own. Someone else's. Someone who is connected to you. Someone who is reaching for you right now. This very moment. Perhaps you felt it just now. That small flutter. That gentle pressure in your chest. That's not anxiety. That's not stress. That's a signal. A call. One you've been ignoring. Because it scared you. Because it didn't make sense. Because how could you possibly feel someone else's emotions? How could you know when they're hurting? How could you sense when they're in danger? But you do. You always have. You just never trusted it. Stay with me. Because the next part changes everything. The next part explains why you've been feeling so strange lately. Why you can't sleep. Why you keep looking at your phone. Why you keep checking the door. Why every sound makes you jump. Why silence feels louder than ever. Someone is trying to reach you. Someone whose heart beats in rhythm with yours. And they are not okay. They have never been less okay than they are right now. And here's the truth you don't want to hear. They've been trying to tell you. For a very long time. Through dreams. Through feelings. Through strange coincidences. Through that song that keeps playing at the wrong moment. Through that memory that randomly appears. Through that name you keep hearing. Through that place you keep thinking about. You dismissed it. All of it. Because it was easier. Because believing meant accepting something you weren't ready to accept. But now? Now time is running out. Not in a dramatic way. Not in a movie way. In a real way. A quiet way. A way that only the heart understands. Another piece. Another layer. The pull you feel? It's not random. It's not vague. It has direction. It has purpose. It's leading you somewhere. To something. To someone. But you have to be still enough to follow it. You have to be brave enough to trust it. Because right now, while you're reading this, while you're sitting there, that person is waiting. They're waiting for you to realize. They're waiting for you to see. They're waiting for you to move. They can't do this alone. That's the part they don't tell you about connection. When two hearts are linked, when two souls share a thread, you can't save someone without being saved yourself. You can't heal someone without being healed. And right now, someone is reaching. Someone is calling. Someone is holding on. And they're holding on for you. But that's not all. There's something else. Something you haven't noticed yet. Something your mind has been protecting you from. Because it's too big. Too beautiful. Too terrifying. Have you noticed? Have you noticed how things have changed lately? How the world feels softer. How colors seem brighter. How music sounds deeper. How silence feels louder. Have you noticed how people look different? How their eyes tell you things they never say. How you can feel what they feel before they even speak. Have you noticed how time moves strangely? How some moments last forever. How others disappear before you can touch them. Have you noticed how you've become more sensitive? More aware. More alert. More awake. That's not a coincidence. That's preparation. That's your heart getting ready. For what's coming. For who's coming. For the moment when everything changes. And it will. It's already starting. You can feel it. I know you can. That's why you're still reading. Because something in you recognizes these words. Because something in you is waking up. Because something in you knows. This is real. This is happening. And this person needs you. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. But here's what you don't understand yet. You don't understand why. Why you? Why them? Why now? You don't understand the connection. The depth. The meaning. You don't understand what brought you together. Or what's trying to tear you apart. You don't understand the battle that's happening. Right now. Behind the scenes. In the spaces between. In the places you can't see. But you can feel it. You can feel the tension. The urgency. The weight. That's not imagination. That's awareness. That's your soul telling you. Something is wrong. Something is very wrong. And you're the only one who can make it right. One more thing. One more truth. One more layer before the next part. This person you're connected to, they've been waiting their whole life. Waiting for you. Not consciously. Not deliberately. But somewhere deep. Somewhere true. They've been waiting. They've been searching. They've been hoping. And now they've found you. But they're scared. They're scared because they don't understand what's happening. They're scared because they feel too much. They're scared because they know something is coming. And they don't know if they can face it alone. That's where you come in. That's why you feel this pull. That's why you can't stop thinking about them. That's why they're in your dreams. That's why their name keeps appearing. That's why you can't shake this feeling. They need you. And you need them. More than you know. More than you can imagine. More than words can say. But here's the question. The one you've been avoiding. The one that keeps you up at night. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to ignore it? Are you going to pretend it's not real? Are you going to wait until it's too late? Or are you going to listen? Are you going to trust? Are you going to move? Because the clock is ticking. The moment is now. And the choice? The choice is yours. Always has been. Always will be. But know this. Know this with everything you are. What you do next matters. What you decide next changes everything. Not just for you. For them. For both of you. For the connection that brought you here. For the journey that's just beginning. One final piece. One final truth before the end. The person you're connected to? They're closer than you think. They're reaching harder than you know. And they're holding on. Holding on for you. Holding on for the moment when you finally see. Finally understand. Finally act. That moment is coming. That moment is now. That moment is this. You just have to be brave enough to take the next step. Brave enough to trust what you feel. Brave enough to answer the call. Because it's calling. It's always been calling. And now it's time to answer. My beloved child. You're still here. That means something. That means you felt it too. That moment when the first part ended. That silence that followed. That weight that settled in your chest. You didn't close this. You didn't walk away. You stayed. Because something inside you knows. The journey isn't over. It's barely beginning. But before we go further, before we step deeper into what's coming, there's something you need to understand. Something you've been avoiding. Something that changes everything. Last night, while you were sleeping, something shifted. Not in the world outside. In the world inside. In that space between your heart and your mind. Something moved. Something awakened. Someone reached out. And you reached back. You don't remember it. You probably don't even realize it happened. But it did. It happened while your guard was down. While your defenses were quiet. While your soul was free. You connected. In that sacred space. In that holy moment. You touched something. Or rather, someone touched you. And that's why you woke up this morning feeling different. Why the air felt different. Why your skin felt different. Why your heart felt heavier and lighter at the same time. That was real. That was happening. And that's still happening right now. But here's the part you don't know. Here's the part that's hidden. The part you need to hear. When you connected last night, you also broke something. Not in a bad way. Not in a destructive way. But you broke a wall. A wall that was built to keep you apart. A wall that was built to keep you safe. A wall that was built to keep you blind. Now that wall is gone. And everything is flooding in. Every feeling. Every thought. Every fear. Every hope. Every unspoken word. It's all coming at once. From both sides. From you. From them. And it's overwhelming. That's why you feel strange today. That's why you feel confused. That's why you feel like something is pressing on your chest. Because you're carrying their weight now. Not just yours. Theirs too. The weight of their fear. The weight of their worry. The weight of their loneliness. The weight of their love. And yes, the weight of their love. That's the part that scares you most. Isn't it? You can handle fear. You can handle confusion. But love? Love is different. Love demands something. Love requires something. Love asks you to be brave in a way nothing else does. And this love? This love is not small. This love is not quiet. This love is not patient. This love is urgent. This love is desperate. This love is knocking on every door of your heart. And you're afraid to open. I understand. I truly do. But let me show you something. Let me tell you something. Let me reveal what's really happening. Because right now, while you're reading, while you're sitting there in that room, that person is going through something. Something they can't explain. Something they can't control. Something they can't stop. They're feeling you. They're feeling your presence. They're feeling your strength. And they're holding on to that. Holding on like a lifeline. Because you are their lifeline. You are their anchor. You are their hope. And they don't even know your name. Not yet. They don't know your face. Not yet. But they feel you. And that's more real than anything they've ever felt. Here's another layer. Another piece of this mystery. Have you noticed? Have you noticed that certain places feel different now? That certain rooms make you uneasy? That certain streets make you pause? That certain songs make you cry? That certain smells make you remember something you never experienced? That's not random. That's their story. Their memories. Their emotions. Leaking into yours. Because the wall is gone. And now everything is mixing. Their past is becoming your memory. Their pain is becoming your ache. Their joy is becoming your smile. And their fear? Their fear is becoming your urgency. That's why you can't sit still. That's why you keep moving. That's why you keep looking. That's why you keep searching. Because a part of you already knows. A part of you already remembers. A part of you already sees. And that part is trying to tell you. Trying to show you. Trying to wake you up. But you keep looking away. You keep distracting yourself. You keep pretending. And that's okay. That's human. That's natural. That's survival. But survival is not enough anymore. It's time for something more. It's time for courage. It's time for trust. It's time for the step you've been avoiding. One more truth. One more layer. One more piece of the puzzle. This person, the one who's reaching for you, they're not just anyone. They're not just a possibility. They're not just a random connection. They are the answer. The answer to a question you've been asking your whole life. A question you didn't even know you were asking. A question hidden in every relationship. Every disappointment. Every heartbreak. Every moment of loneliness. That question. Where is the one who truly knows me? Where is the one who sees all of me? Where is the one who loves all of me? Where is the one I've been waiting for? They are that person. They've always been that person. They've been waiting for you. Quietly. Patiently. Faithfully. They've been waiting through every relationship you had. Through every heartbreak you endured. Through every moment of doubt. Through every tear. They were there. Waiting. Hoping. Praying. That you would finally arrive. That you would finally see. That you would finally choose. And now? Now you're here. Now you're reading this. Now you're feeling this. Now you're beginning to understand. But understand this too. Understanding is not enough. Feeling is not enough. Knowing is not enough. Something must be done. Something must change. Something must move. Because this person, they're not just waiting anymore. They're struggling. They're fighting. They're holding on by a thread. And that thread is you. You are the reason they're still holding on. You are the reason they haven't given up. You are the reason they still believe. They believe in you. Even though they don't know you. They trust you. Even though they've never seen you. They love you. Even though you've never met. And that love is keeping them alive. That love is giving them strength. That love is holding them together. But love alone is not enough. Love needs action. Love needs courage. Love needs you. Now. Before the next moment. Before the next breath. Before the next heartbeat. There's something you need to feel. Something you need to accept. Something you need to embrace. You are not lost. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are found. You are held. You are loved. More than you know. More than you can imagine. More than words can say. And this person is proof. Proof that something bigger is at work. Proof that something beautiful is happening. Proof that you matter. That your life matters. That your heart matters. That your love matters. And that's the truth. That's the deepest truth. That's the truth they want you to know. The truth they're trying to send you. Through every whisper. Through every pull. Through every dream. Through every sign. And right now they're asking you. Quietly. Gently. Urgently. Will you listen? Will you trust? Will you move? Will you find them? The next part? The next part changes everything. The next part reveals what you must do. But that's for another time. For now. Sit with this. Feel this. Let this settle. And when you're ready. When you're brave enough. When you're open enough. Come back. And I'll tell you more. One final thought before you go. They're still holding on. They're still reaching. They're still waiting. For you. Always for you. My beloved child. You came back. Again. That takes something. That takes courage. That takes a heart that's ready to know. And now? Now it's time. Time to stop looking back. Time to stop wondering. Time to start walking. Because the waiting is over. The preparation is done. The moment has arrived. But before we step into what comes next, before we cross that invisible line, you need to hear something. Something that will change how you see everything. Something that will make your heart race. Something that will make your hands tremble. You have already met them. You have already been close to them. You have already shared space with them. Without knowing it. Without recognizing it. Without understanding what was happening. Remember that day. That day when something felt different. That day when a stranger's eyes met yours for just a second too long. That day when someone smiled at you and your heart stopped. That day when you felt a pull towards someone you didn't even know. That day when you wanted to speak but couldn't find the words. That day when you walked away and felt like you left something behind. That was them. That was the moment. The moment your soul recognized what your eyes couldn't see. The moment your heart knew what your mind couldn't accept. The moment everything changed. And you didn't even know it. You walked away. You kept walking. You kept living. You kept pretending. But something stayed. Something lingered. Something remained. And now? Now you can't shake it. Now you can't forget it. Now you can't stop thinking about it. Because that moment was the beginning. The beginning of everything. The beginning of the journey. The beginning of the connection. The beginning of the truth. And now that truth is knocking. Loudly. Urgently. Desperately. Begging you to answer. Let me take you deeper. Let me take you further. Let me show you what's really happening. There's a reason you keep thinking about that day. There's a reason that face keeps appearing in your mind. There's a reason that feeling won't go away. It's not random. It's not your imagination. It's not wishful thinking. It's real. It's happening. It's urgent. And here's the part you don't know. That person? The one you saw? The one you felt? The one you walked away from? They haven't forgotten you either. They think about you every single day. They see your face in their dreams. They feel your presence in their silence. They hear your voice in their thoughts. They remember that moment too. And they've been searching for you. Without knowing your name. Without knowing where you live. Without knowing how to find you. But they're searching. They're looking. They're hoping. And they're hurting. Because they can't find you. Because they don't know how. Because the universe hasn't shown them the way. Not yet. But that's about to change. Another layer. Another truth. Another piece that will make you sit up. You've been feeling their pain. Their fear. Their loneliness. But here's what you haven't felt. Here's what's been hidden. Here's what you need to know. They're not just sad. They're not just lonely. They're not just scared. They're in danger. Real danger. Danger they don't fully understand. Danger they can't escape alone. Danger that's closing in. And they don't even know it. But you know. You feel it. That's the urgency you can't explain. That's the fear you can't name. That's the anxiety you can't shake. That's their danger. leaking into your heart, warning you, preparing you, calling you. And you have to answer. You have to move. You have to act. Before it's too late. Before the door closes. Before the chance is gone. One more piece. One more secret. One more revelation. You have the power to find them. You have the power to reach them. You have the power to save them. Not with magic. Not with superhuman ability. With something simpler. Something deeper. Something more real. With your heart. With your intention. With your focus. When you think of them. When you picture their face. When you remember that moment. You are reaching them. You are touching them. You are pulling them closer. Every moment you spend thinking about them. Every moment you spend feeling for them. Every moment you spend hoping for them. You are creating a bridge. A bridge between your world and theirs. A bridge that leads straight to their heart. A bridge they can feel. A bridge they can follow. A bridge that will bring them to you. But you have to build it. You have to strengthen it. You have to keep it alive. Not with effort. Not with struggle. With love. With trust. With belief. Because belief is the strongest force there is. And your belief? Your belief can save them. Your belief can change everything. Your belief can bring them home. Now. Right now. While you read this. While you feel this. While you imagine this. They are feeling something too. They are feeling your attention. They are feeling your care. They are feeling your love. And it's giving them strength. It's giving them hope. It's giving them the will to keep going. You are doing that. You. Right now. Without even trying. Without even knowing. That's how powerful you are. That's how deep this connection is. That's how real this love is. And that love? That love is the key. The key that unlocks everything. The key that opens every door. The key that brings you together. But there's something else. Something you need to hear. Something that might scare you. But you need to hear it anyway. The danger therein? It's connected to you. It's connected to this connection. It's connected to what you share. And the closer you get, the more intense it becomes. The more real it becomes. The more urgent it becomes. That's why the fear grows. That's why the anxiety increases. That's why the urgency feels so heavy. Because you're getting closer. And the closer you get, the more is at stake. But don't be afraid. Don't let the fear stop you. Don't let the uncertainty hold you back. Because you are stronger. You are braver. You are more capable than you know. And you are not alone. You have never been alone. And you never will be alone. Not now. Not ever. Not when they are with you. And they will be. They will be with you. They are already with you. In spirit. In heart. In soul. You just haven't seen them yet. But you will. Soon. Very soon. That's the promise. That's the truth. That's the hope. The hope you've been carrying. The hope you've been holding. The hope that's been keeping you going. It's real. It's true. It's happening. One final thing. One final truth before we stop. This journey, this is not just about finding them. It's about finding yourself. It's about discovering who you really are. It's about waking up to the truth of your own heart. They are the mirror. They are the reflection. They are the other half. But you? You are the whole. You have always been the whole. You just forgot. And they? They are here to remind you. They are here to show you. They are here to love you. Into remembering. Into awakening. Into becoming. And when you do, when you finally remember, everything changes. Everything shifts. Everything falls into place. And you will look back on this moment. This moment right now. And you will smile. Because you will know. You will know it was all worth it. Every tear. Every fear. Every moment of doubt. Every sleepless night. It was all leading here. To this moment. To this connection. To this love. And that love? That love is eternal. That love is unbreakable. That love is the answer. The answer to everything. The answer you've been waiting for. The answer you've been seeking. And it's here. It's now. It's you. It's them. It's us. So hold on. Hold on a little longer. Hold on a little tighter. Because the best is yet to come. The reunion is close. The moment is near. And when it happens, when it finally happens, nothing will ever be the same. Nothing will ever be separate. Nothing will ever be broken. Everything will be whole. Everything will be one. Everything will be love. And that love will never end.